Hi everybody. So this is something completely different. This is a 1954 Rickenbacker WD12. So W stands for wood body. D stands for double neck, and 12 is the number of strings. 54 is the first year they came out with these wood-bodied strings. Prior to that, they were making these guitars down here, which are made of Bakelite. They called those B series because they're Bakelite. And honestly, if you're a guitar player, you should have either a Fender steel or a Bakelite steel in your collection because they are the end of the line. Fender and Rickenbacker are both top of the line. Rickenbacker is famous because of the horseshoe pickup, and the tone is just fantastic. Now, this double neck is here. It's two six-string double necks, and when you take a look at it, it's been played quite a bit. You can see the nicks and stuff on here. You can see this really early logo, which I already took a picture of, photographer, and then you have a tone which is closest to the player, and sometimes the most important element of a steel, and then you have the volume control. Now these steels with the horseshoe magnet made a great handheld, so you could rest your hand and finger pick on these. You'll see the same thing on the Fenders. They kind of copied them with this so you can rest your hand on it, and that's where the Telecaster plate came from. When they started making the Telecaster, it was really born from the steel guitars that they made. In 1954, when Rickenbacker made this, they didn't make guitars. They were famous for making the Bakelite steels that they sold a lot of. You got to think of 1954, and Johnny Cash was starting his career. There's Hank Williams had passed away, but Hank Williams' legacy lived on, and all that lap steel sound was a big part of his legacy. I am playing right now through this Fender Deluxe Reverb, or Princeton Reverb, but a hand-wired one. You can always tell those because they say custom on it. But this is a really rare guitar. A 54 DW12 is a really rare guitar. It's in wood, and it does have a TV finish. And again, getting into geeky history, the TV finish was really popular. It is called lined mahogany. And old TV finished Gibsons, that's what they made it from, is this lined mahogany, which was very popular for television cabinetry, where the family would sit around and watch their TV on this new way of staining the wood. For those of you that love playing steel, a double neck is nice because you can have one guitar tuned one way and the other neck tuned in a different way. I'm just going to keep these simple. I just roughed this out, but you'll see this is very prototypical. The aluminum hood on the tuners, the aluminum nut, and this is all beautiful tone, but it does look rather handmade, and honestly, I think by the time Rickenbacker got on this, they were kind of winging it. But in their catalog, in both Fender catalog and Rickenbacker catalog, they sold steels first. 5 years later, the Jazzmaster was on the cover, but the 57 Fender catalog had mostly steels on the cover of their catalog. These were a big deal, and there's not as much usage for these, but guys are starting to realize that the steel is a really cool tool to have. By the way, when you have two necks on, you're always weakening the sound. When the two pickups are on, they kind of phase each other out even now. So here's this neck. Now there's just that neck. you go. This is a double neck. It's just coming up for sale. It's got the original case. It is done in this limed mahogany. It is a TV finished 1954 Rickenbacker double neck. A really cool thing for you guys that are out there. This is kind of an intermediate guitar. Most guys prefer 8 strings. 6 strings is a little easier to manage when you're a dope like me on guitar, just because it's just so simple to play chords. So, there you go. That's all for now. I just wanted to introduce you to this, tell you about a little history, tell you a little bit about the hand plate that came on the Telecasters that was really born of the lap steel, and remind you that everybody needs at least one lap steel. Look at our website. We've got a bunch in stock, and we're happily try it for a week, and if you don't like it, bring it back.
It's me, Tone Monster. I would just like to add that he is correct, that the cover for Telecaster guitars was really born from steel guitars, where guys would put hand on rest and then finger pick without being on pickup. And so that is what is true. I have to tell you, him speak truth. You know, I went to see him play steel guitar at club. It was dive bar. Me, Tone Monster, I go up to bar and I'm like, 1 buttermilk, please. And can you believe they did not have buttermilk? What kind of dive bar does this guy play in that they don't have buttermilk? Anyway, I am Tone Monster, and yes, everything in previous video is true. You put cover on, and it make place to rest hand. It also, and this is inside secret, tell no one, it also provides shielding and keeps that single coil quiet. There, that is it. I am Tone Monster, and I am genius about all things guitars. Everything he knows, he gets from me, but do I get credit? No, I don't. Nothing.